joined us today. It's an honor for me to invite Dr. Joy Varghese, the director.
Then only the incidents may not be that huge, but whatever the little amount.
And it will perform the complex liver surgeries. Our institute is one of the largest pediatric liver transplant center in the country. So today we all have gathered to highlight the unique case. There are two important features in this case. One is the rare disease. We have to identify the rare disease. If we miss the diagnosis, then we know the treatment will go in the wrong direction. Second, correcting the rare disease with the expert team. So here we have a boy. He had a rare liver disease combined with the kidney. He underwent successful liver and the kidney transplant. Part of the liver was donated by aunt and the kidney by his mother. It's a single surgery, and now he completely recovered from his illness and going to lead a normal life like other kids. I wish to invite a few of my colleagues to highlight what are the challenges in this particular child while handling the disease. Thank you. Welcome.
Make a small PPT and try to make it interesting. I will go through, I will take you through the journey of Varun Sandesh, who had full belief in us and all the way from Bangalore. Even though Bangalore has many hospitals, he had a lot of faith in us, which brought him here. So, as highlighted by MC and Dr. Joy Varghese, this is the first successful pediatric combined liver kidney transplant from Asia.
1 million childbirths, and it's not something easy to diagnose, and actually it's a good thing that the doctors in Bangalore were able to do a genetic analysis and diagnose it, because most of these children, what happens is they're treated as kidney failure. A lot of them have just a kidney transplant alone, and within a couple of years the kidneys fail and they go back on dialysis, and it's been reported so many times in literature. And in fact, the two cases that we've actually talked about doing the kidney and liver transplant were both cases in which they did a kidney transplant initially, thinking it's just a standard kidney failure, and then their kidneys failed. Then they had to do a genetic analysis, and then they diagnosed the cause, and then did a kidney liver. So, fortunately for us, we knew the diagnosis beforehand. We had genetic analysis report beforehand, so we could actually identify what is the exact genetic defect in this child for which the child needs to be treated. I think medical aspects aside, first of all, dialysis itself is a very difficult situation for the patient and for the family. Especially if it's a child, it's heartbreaking simply because the child completely gets out of school. Every alternate day child needs to go to the hospital, has to stay attached to a dialysis machine for 4 hours, 5 hours a day, and it's a big effort for the family, for the extended family, and I was not surprised that they were all so keen that they have a permanent cure for this rather than continuing on dialysis for ages, and you can see the difference. I mean, the pictures that Dr. Somashekar showed is actually absolutely stunning. The difference just a couple of months of good liver and kidney function can make to a child's health, appearance, and activity levels. I mean, the child is so active now; he's running all over the place. The parents suddenly realize that it's not easy to handle him as he was before the operation. And I
think in case you have gone through that, well, I like to tell only 3 things. The only the technical aspect, most importantly the non-technical aspect. The technical aspect, doing a kidney transplant in a child, it's very rare. And the adult size kidney has to get accommodated into the child. That too, it's not inside the abdominal cavity. The space has to be created, and there will be a mismatch between the vascular blood vessels of the adult size kidney and the recipient, who is very small. This is the technical challenge. You have to be really good. Number 2, actually the kidney donor was his mother, and as a child when he is recovering, he might have needed the mother's emotional support when she is there. Unfortunately, we could offer her the minimally invasive approach, the keyhole. It's a scarless surgery, and she recovered within 2 days. In fact, she was able to go to the ward where the child is there and give him the emotional support, which in fact it's not studied but important factor for the recovery of the child. So the doing a transplant in a child and offering the minimally invasive approach to a donor who is altruistic, and also she has to take care. How many other people are there, and mother is the best one to be with that. We are very proud of that. Number 3.
సెంట్ జాన్స్ హాస్పిటల్కి ఫస్ట్ టైం పోతుంది. అక్కడంతా చెకప్ చేసి మాత్రలు అంతా ఇచ్చిరి, కిడ్నీ ఫెయిల్యూర్ అని చెప్పి తర్వాత లాస్ట్ ఇది డిశ్చార్జ్ చేసి ఒక ఏడాది తిరిగి మీ సెంట్ జాన్స్ హాస్పిటల్ కాడ అక్కడ లివర్ కిడ్నీ 2 ఫెయిల్యూర్ అయినాయి. ఇంకేం చేసేకయ్యలేదు, ఎక్కడ ఇది ఆపరేషన్ చేసేది ఎక్కడ చేసేకైతే అయ్యలేదు. మాకు తెలిసిన మటుకు ఫారిన్కి పోవాలా అని చెప్పి